Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I think we have one topic we didn't touch extensively yet, and this is the education. So as you think, people have different opinions on education. Some are thinking this right libertarian movement that this is a part of matrix, it's a brainwashing, we need to independently teach our children and so on. So people have different opinion on this, but let's see how astrology views the education, its need, its purpose, and the most important, how to check that in the chart. Maybe you want to start education, maybe you are continuing for a long time. There are many jokes about finishing the PhD. Maybe you want to know when and how to finally graduate. So we'll go through all these important rules how to see education in Vedic chart. So first of all, there is this common opinion. I think it also is very much fueled by Western astrology. Which graha should we use, Jupiter or Mercury for intelligence? And I must say that they are both very important because the Jupiter is showing the teacher and Mercury is the archetype of the student. And when they are both together, they are creating the Gita Yoga, or something which is called Sarva Karya Siddhi Yoga, which means that person is very able and can master many topics. But if you would like to choose among these two, we need to open this concept of demand grahas. So these, according to the Parashara Muni, the author of most important Vedic text regarding astrology, Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, is teaching us that Sun, Jupiter, Rahu and Ketu, these four, these are the demand grahas. Now there are two traditional rules how to use this principle. First one is in the rashi chart, the second one is in the navamsha. So firstly we can check, do this planet have a rashi drishti on my ascendant? Now you may ask, what is rashi drishti? This is the sign aspect. Some are saying that this is Gemini aspect, which is wrong, because in Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra we are also taught this type of aspect, the rashi drishti. So in short, the dual sign are aspecting each other. Cardinal are aspecting the fixed, except the adjacent one, and the fixed are aspecting the movable signs, except the adjacent one. The movable are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Fixed are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And the dual signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So if in your chart you have this demand graha, Sun, Jupiter, Rahu, and Ketu, if they are aspecting your lagna, or we could add here the lagnesha, which is the lord of ascendant, then according to the text you may be categorized as a demand, which is person who is having intelligence. As said, we can use that in the navamsha. We are taking here the concept of trikona, 1st, 5th, and 9th. Any planets in these houses will show our abilities, but also our nature. So this is the chart which is showing our inner life. And if we have their Sun, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, then also we may dedicate our life to some kind of intellectual inquiry, intellectual job. Mercury also will give person very curious and interested in many subjects like a child. So Mercury is also definitely pushing in that direction, but the real light, we could say, or the ability to get the information, the knowledge, the realization is coming from these two sattvic grahas, Sun, Jupiter, and for more esoteric or more abstract and numbers, because the Rahu is showing the abstract part of mathematics and the Ketu will be ruling the numbers part of mathematics. So if they are there, you also are considered demand, which is intellectual, but interestingly, these people with these grahas also are very able astrologers. So if you're looking for a very able, very good astrologer, they usually will have those demand grahas in the trikona or in any other important chart related to ability, success or career life in the navamsha. Now in the rashi chart, in the main one, many people which have problem to manifest the career life, they are looking for the 10th house. Why my 10th house is so badly placed? There must be some dosha. I need to remedy that. I need to do some puja, jam, mantra strategy related to my 10th house. But in fact, this is the 9th house often, which is the problem here, because the ninth house is 12, which is something before, but also something allowing for the career life to happen. So 10th house is there. So this is also the answer how the Jagannath or astrology is viewing the role of education. This is something just before the career life when you are getting the needed qualification to perform your job. So that's all to it. And the karakas are Sun and Jupiter. So the original purpose of education was very sattvic, very auspicious, and this is to make us in career life very effective. And what is the role of career life? This is ninth house from the second house. So one of the important roles would be just to provide the sustenance. This is the artha ayana. This is the direction of sustenance, and future of our career life is second house, which is our food, but also everything which sustains us. So this is the house which is ensuring we are sustained long term. So this is the career life, and if you want to have this, you need to have ninth house auspicious, and people who have Jupiter or ninth house, ninth lord, touched by malefic in some form of dosha or problem, they often have the career life problematic because the specialization part may also suffer. Now, if we would ask how to see if person will work in any type where education will be needed. So it's a very tricky question, hard to answer with the guaranteed result, but I would say the closest points to check here would be is your Aruda Lagna related to Jupiter? Because if you have these doors open through your karmic journey from past life to work in the law or academia, then definitely that would be something to consider, right? And the second thing is 10th lord from Rasi chart. So you need to see where is your 10th house, take the sign and take the lord of that house, the 10th lord, and take this planet to the Dashamsa chart, to the chart of career life. And if this is in the first, fifth or ninth, then also we say that the person is somehow working with knowledge. Now, would that imply you need to go very high in education? Not always, but this is one thing to consider whilst checking those aspects. Now, if you would like to get more information about your education, then you need to open the Sidamsha chart. And Sidamsha is the special chart for education. This is beautiful aspect or a feature of Vedic astrology that we can have access to those additional charts called Vargas, and we can read the details, and this is very handy in timing and remedies what's going on. And here I want to share a few rules as taught by the tradition. We are checking the Karaka for the Varga, and here it is Jupiter. So if Jupiter is badly placed, then it may show that the person's career life may be broken or not started or not finished. There are some challenges. So we will use that in the example we will be doing where this Jupiter is either well placed or not well placed. Okay guys, if you like this video so far, please don't forget to click the thumbs up. It helps me with the algorithm to make it more visible on this platform so more people can reach this nice Vedanga Jyotish, and subscribe with the bell notification on if you like to be notified about similar videos in the future. Now let's go back to this analysis. Then we have the lagnesha, and always the Lagna and Lagna Lord in the Vargas are very important because this planet has the power to completely close or open the blessings coming from that additional divisional chart. And in this case, we can use it also in a different way. This is showing also how far we can go in our education. So if Lagna Lord is 9th, you may finish in the bachelor. If Lagna Lord is in 2nd, then you can go to masters. If Lagna Lord is in 7th, then you are going to PhD. So if you have yogas like Lagna Lord in the 7th, then you may have this blessing or curse. No, it's a blessing to go to the PhD. So when we talk about the levels, it's very easy. 9th house is about the bachelors, 2nd is the masters, and the 7th house in the Sidamsha is showing the PhD. Now there is other way. The nodes are always used in the Varga chart to indicate how far you will go. The maximum or something, maximum of partners, maximum of children, and here also the maximum of how far you can go. If the nodes are in the 4th house, then maybe only the standard school is your seeding, we could say, right? The ninth house will show the bachelors, the second house, the masters, and the seventh house, again, the PhD. So the nodes, they are like a border. It's hard to cross them. And therefore, they are used very intelligently for this purpose, to see how far or how many blessings or problematic items we can have in life. Now for timing, we are using the second house from these houses reflecting the level of education. For example, in the 10th house, we can expect the end of bachelors because it's second from the 9th. In 3rd house, we are seeing the end of masters because it's second from the 2nd. And in the 8th house, this is second from the 7th, which is graduating or ending, finishing the PhD. So with that, we can use that also for rectifying the Sidamsha chart. You can use the nodes, you can use the levels to see the subject, you can see the dasha, when the particular level has started, when it was graduated, finished, and how is the Jupiter placed, how is the Lagna Lord placed. Also how the lords of these educations are placed. For example, if you have 9th lord in 12th house, the person is studying abroad. So now you have a nice toolbox to rectify Sidamsa chart. For this, it's best to take very extreme example to see, are these principles working? And here we have a first woman coming from Hawaii, which gained the PhD. She was expert in botany, so she studied in bachelor's, master's, PhD, the botany subject, and she was expert in the field. So first we want to see what's going on in the rashi, and we have this beautiful Nipuna and Sarva Karya Siddhi Yoga. Mercury, Jupiter, Sun together in the 4th house. Mercury is here in the Bhadra Yoga, very strong. And if Lagna Lord, if the Ascendant Lord is in the 4th, then automatically Aruda will also be there. So we have now access to that the persons will work in that sector. This person will be associated with those things which these plants signify. When we are thinking about this person, automatically these symbols, those things related to those plants will come to our mind. This is how the Aruda is working. Pisces have this automatic 4th and 7th lords joint yoga according to Parashara Muni. This is giving a person who can go very far in education, and for Pisces 4 and 7 are lorded by the same planet. Now this Jupiter Mercury, this Gita blessing, are not only seen in the rashi. In the navamsha we have this in Trikona 5th and 9th. In the dashamsa we have Jupiter in 1st and Mercury in the 9th. So again, in the rashi, in the navamsha, in the dashamsa, person is blessed by this. So in Vedic astrology, we have this privilege to use the divisional charts. We can confirm, we can be more secure and more confident about our predictions because we have another levels to confirm what we want to say. So we were talking about taking the Karmesha, 10th lord, from the Rasi chart. Rasi is the main chart. Here this would be Jupiter. So if we take this planet to the additional chart of career called Dashamsa, and we will see the house placement. If it's in 1st, 5th or 9th, we also say the person is working with the knowledge. So in this case, we have 1st house. And here we are invited to another rule. If this planet is in Digbala, directional strength, then the person gets success. So definitely this is a biography of a person with a huge success. So Jupiter and Mercury are having directional strength in the 1st house, Rahu Saturn in the 7th house, Moon and Venus in the 4th, Sun Mars Ketu in the 10th house. Now we are sure about the Navamsha and the Shamsa, and this range of degrees is giving us 2 possibilities for the Sidamsha, either Aries or Taurus. Now for the Aries, we have a 9th lord and the Karaka for a whole education, Jupiter in Marana Karakastana. So Lagna Lord would be also in the 11th house. Let's see the Taurus. In Taurus, we have Jupiter in 2nd, and Lagna Lord, which is showing how far you can go, is a Venus in the 7th house. So this means that person can go up to PhD. And here the Venus, Venus Moon, Moon Mars, this may show chemistry, biology, those subjects. So definitely Venus would be here a nice candidate for botany. The person that initiated the bachelor's level in Moon Jupiter or Moon Saturn. We don't have the month, so Saturn. If that's Saturn, the Ninth Lord would fit here. PhD started in Mars-Saturn in 1950. So that was the Adana Dasha of Mahadasha and Antardasha. And is this somehow related to the 8th house? Because the 8th house would be very important, right? We remember 7th house is PhD. Second from 7th would be when person is graduating. We have to look for the 8th house. The Lord is Jupiter, and Saturn is aspecting by Graha and Rasi Drishti this Jupiter. So it's activating the end of the PhD and therefore also showing the graduation. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope this is enriching your Jyotish arsenal of rules and tools. And if you'd like to do me a favor, please, you're always welcome to hit the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see similar videos in the future, please subscribe with the bell notification on so you'll never miss anything like this. And if you'd like to learn more about how to determine one's profession using the Vedic chart, then please watch this video.